Hi guys, so today let's talk about natural autumn style loss. If you're new to my channel, I have a huge Kibbe body types playlist. I'm gonna leave the link down below. If you haven't seen my summer style loss videos, I recommend you to watch it first because it's gonna be our basic layer loss. In autumn it just gets a little bit colder, so we just throw something on top. And this is what we're gonna talk about today, mostly about layering. David Kibbe doesn't use pure naturals anymore. He says everybody tends to whether softer version or sharper version. Many people still consider themselves pure naturals, and natural recommendations from the book work best on them. So I'm still gonna do this. What is the problem for naturals normally in autumn? I would say no problems, because naturals, they're quite moderate in size normally. They don't have too many extremes in their bodies. And layering, just in general, looks great on naturals. They even sometimes look better with layering rather than with just one basic coat. This is just their nature. Layered hairstyles, layered scarf, some cardigans and things like this. I'm still gonna discuss some pieces with you today, like sweaters, coats, jackets and things like that, and things that might not look as good on them, especially when they build their outfit. So rule number one for layering or for head to toe look: first of all, naturals look great with mix and match styles rather than head to toe fitted styles. They don't have to have everything monochromatic. On contrary, they look very fresh and very natural in different sense of the word natural, in that mix and match approach, as opposed to dramatics. For example, in mix and match they totally lose themselves, but for naturals this is beautiful on them. You can mix patterns, you can mix textures, it all is looking very fresh on you. The best outline for your outfit would be geometric shapes with soft or rounded edges. So something that is not for you would be too sharp geometrics, too stiff on you, too stark on you. You need movement. Too wide, chunky, boxy shapes. Also, this is your difference with flamboyant naturals. If they would look great with that, you normally feel like you need something a bit more narrow for your shape. And something too ornate, too intricate, too frilly, all that just not your vibe. You might feel slightly awkward in that, or you just try too hard. So you always tend to go for something softer and kind of simpler for your look. Some people like to experiment, so this is where different kinds of patterns and textures can help you. Now let's be more specific. Let's go with two sweaters. Naturals is that type that looks great in nearly all of the types of the sweaters there are. It can be cropped sweater, long sweater, it can be quite big and relaxed sweater or smaller sweater. Of course, something that is very relaxed, very huge and bulky can make you look slightly untidy looking, so you might go for something narrower, but still different kinds of textures and knits would look great on you. It can be very thin cashmere knit, or it can be woolen sweater, or it can be quite thick knit. All that look stunning on you. It can be closed here like a turtleneck type, or it can be opened here. Everything looks great on you. The only thing that might not look as good on you is something tiny, fluffy, too delicate with trim, especially if it's slightly childish looking. That is just not your vibe. It will be restricting for you. If we talk about cardigans, any type of a cardigan would look great. Again, thick, thin, long, short, with belt or no belt. Wrap cardigans would look great. Very long cardigans would look great. The only things that might not look very elegant on you is something flouncy with peplum. That might look strange a little bit on you. Also, this very tiny 50s cropped symmetrical cardigans can look very dowdy on you. You need something more free with some asymmetry maybe, or just a little bit more modern looking cardigan. Now let's go to jackets. If the jacket is too tailored and very sharp in shape, that can be slightly too severe on you, and probably your bones will look slightly more squarish than they are. You might feel a bit more meaty and muscular in that type of clothes. So for you it's still better to go for something a little bit more relaxed. And of course, most of the blazers, they have their shoulders sharp, right? So maybe just go for something more straight or relaxed here. Mid-length or elongated would look better on you rather than cropped. Cropped look a bit too tiny on you, and they create this color block that you probably might not feel very elegant in unless you're very young. I just feel like when woman is getting a bit older, her body looks more elegant, so we need to add a little bit more elegant pieces in her look. This is why I recommend not to go for cropped pieces as you age. But it's not for everyone, it's just for naturals and for some other types. For example, gamines, soft gamines, they on contrary, when they age, they would look great great in bolero jackets, just because this is that structure that they have. Another thing you might not look as good in is tiny jackets or blazers that were popular in 2000s, you know, with waist short, especially with rounded edges here. And when you close the button, you had to actually stretch it under your boobs. That looks too tiny for your bone structure, even if you buy your size. So better buy bigger size or just go for more modern examples, more square, more relaxed, and more elongated. You can go for many different colors and textures. It can look a bit more casual, not as dressy as, for example, black one. It can have different patterns like stripes or plate pattern. It will be slightly upgraded casual style. Also, something that might not look good on you, as I said before, it's something with frills, with peplum, something extremely delicate with very sharp shoulders and very curvy and short and with small drapes. You just don't need that thing. It's just not for you. You might feel sometimes that you just tried so hard and it's just not serving you. Now let's go to coats. Any coat that you can imagine, of course, great for naturals, whether it's with belt or without belt, whether it's short or longer. Again, I would not recommend too cropped coats. It's just not elegant enough for you. Better if they go to your hips and longer. You can go for very, very long coats that also will look great. There are coats that are too severe. They are made with very, very thick fabric and their shoulders are very sharp, lapels are very sharp, it doesn't have any waist and it goes straight and quite long. This is a bit too severe for you, a little bit too restricting. You still need something more relaxed, a little bit more hugging your body if it's possible. If you still have this coat, you can wear this opened or you can still try some kind of a belt on top. It doesn't have to be belt from this particular coat. You can just take your regular leather belt. Different kinds of textures of the coats would look great. Look at suede coat. They look so warm on you. This texture is very luxurious. It looks great on any natural. If you invest in a piece like that, it will be in your wardrobe for many, many years. It's so nice, but it's not screaming. You can go for leather blazers, leather jackets. It's kind of like one of those timeless pieces that we have from the 70s. Let's go to shoes now. And again, any shoes would look amazing on you. Any boots that you want to go for, tall boots, shorter boots, sneakers. If you want to go for chunky heel, that also would look great. The only shoes I don't recommend nearly to anyone is shoes with wide ankle. I don't understand who would look good on them. Maybe a woman with extremely long legs and extremely slim legs, like super thin, like two sticks. For any woman, ankle is delicate element on your legs. And it doesn't matter, some women say, my ankle is very wide. It's still not as wide as your calves. It's still a delicate piece on your legs. So we want to make it slimmer slightly. You can throw on any type of scarf. It can be silk scarf and with thicker cashmere. It can be wool. It can be very thick scarf as a blanket, and you can wrap it around whatever you want. And different kinds of prints also would look great on you. If we talk about hats and puffers, I already made the video winter style for the body types and all body types in one. I'm gonna leave the link down below. And also I chose some beautiful pieces for you. I'm gonna leave the link on all of them down below, so check that. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, guys, where you're from, what kind of autumn you have. Is it super cold or is it quite warm? Thank you and goodbye.